What is up, everyone, and welcome to another JellyPod episode. I'm here with Jake. He is a Web3
Hi
gaming
guys.
streamer. He makes a bunch of content, has played a lot of games all throughout the space, whether on Abstract, AVAX, Ronin, you name it. He's played a lot of the different games. And today we're going to learn a little bit more about his journey, how he became a streamer, how he at one point was a little lost and, he found a lot of life within streaming and creating content and has really found his home in a sense. So, yeah, dude, Jake, welcome. I'm glad to have another content creator in here. It's always cool talking to fellow creators. And I like to start these off with getting to know a little bit more about your journey. So
Yeah.
yeah, how did you like get into crypto gaming and streaming?
Wow.
What's the story behind this?
Okay. First of all, thanks for the invite. It's an honor and a pleasure because right now is my first interview. So yeah, it will be a little tough, but it will be a nice experience. So I decided to play with Web3 games the first time on late October 2024. I don't know why, but I was invited by Polygoners linear game right now, and nothing. I started to see how the people was amazed between the reality aspect of the game, but the feeling of the crypto um, side. And back in the days, I worked with Danketsu. You are sure you know them,
Yeah, I know
with
them. I know them.
as content manager, but I decided to leave all and do an all in. And a content creator, as he is even a gamer, as me. Did my wait? I will open my stream if anyone will have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
kind of question. Cause anyway.
We'll be able to see any questions within the chat here.
Oh yes. Sorry, it's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
first
yeah.
time. Even
Yeah, no
if
worries.
they will do the question in my profile, it's like United.
Yep, even if it's on your X account, like if you're listening in from Jake's X account, if you put a comment, we will see it in the chat.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thanks. Anyway, uh, yeah, I decided to after the stream, I decided to put all my efforts, IGMGMG, into the Web3 gaming, cause GM data during that session, I had really fun. And during before the COVID into the 2019, I played for like 4 years every day, at least 7 8 hours every day with Call of Duty Mobile. And it for me it's like Web 2 dot 5. It's like the right equilibrium from Web 2 and Web 3. And nothing. I really enjoyed that kind of interaction from the utent, the community, and the game. And I decided to be a human bridge. Yeah, and it worked. I I had no expectation about my work because I joined the space after and during one of my biggest depression during the 2024. And really Web3 saved my life because as I don't know if Sik explained to you or if he him sent any of my oldest tweet during 2024. It was like mm, one of my toughest moment in my life because I left university from Rome because I'm living in Sicily in my parents' home, and I was like lost. I felt lost, completely lost. And thanks even to Danketsu family, I found a place where express myself in every aspect, and then I decided to uh, be even for one person, the main the reason because I love streaming is you can have even one viewer, but for one viewer you will be the main character during all the stream. So uh, I preferred to quit all, do all in, and pursue my dream, basically. And here I am with you, Jason, and nothing. That's all.
Oh, so basically you were always into games.
Yeah,
Like when was it like were you into games ever since a little kid? And what
yeah.
was the fascination behind I
Okay.
guess why did you enjoy playing games so much?
Uh, I started to play with like my father with PC, like Pac-Man or pinball, you know. Uh, and I was fascinated by the simplicity to make the people feel, the people entertain, like not with the films or even with the films, but the, with the gaming, with the right game, you feel into the game, like while you are reading a book, you can feel um,
Mm.
into the book, and I felt the same with the gaming. So maybe after a tough day uh, at the middle school, or when I was a child, I was upset with my friend, with my ex girlfriend. When I was maybe 10 years old, I had no idea what love was. My refuge was always gaming. So I started with PlayStation 1, then PlayStation 2, then PlayStation 3, 4, and then nothing. Gaming was one of my biggest point of repair. Um, yeah, definitely against every kind of bad memories, bad emotions, bad experience. Yeah, it was like a salvation every time I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so it was kind of like the ultimate escape,
Yeah,
being able to escape from everything. That's kind of what like to me is the best part about games too is you're able like you said with the book kind of be able to read the book and escape into that reality, and it's the same thing with games. It can distract you from all of these other things that are going on in your life, and you can just focus on having fun or whatever the challenge is within the game. I know that you had brought up that you were sort of feeling lost for a while. Like, I don't know how much you wanna get into that,
no, no, no,
but what
you can.
yeah, like, what was kind of going on that what how did, like, gaming sort of get you out of whatever hole that you were in?
Okay, um, it's tough question. Oh, The community. I mean, I want one of my biggest goal on Web3 is to have a Web2 audience. I know it sounds like crazy, but I think is the main problem of Web3. Web3 is for investors. One of my Web3 friends said to me, Web3 gaming is for investor, and Web2 gaming is for gamer, and that's
Mm.
the key. I mean, I want to make my own audience, not like just farmers or people who wants to speculate with my imagine, but I want to the people who will fall in love with my history, with my being. So yeah, that's my aim. And uh, into my deepest part of my soul, I know gaming saved my life cause um I had, and every time I play a game I have the own control of my life in a kind of sort of thing, but that's the reality.
So it's more so being able to feel like you were in control of something going on.
Yes.
Um, Awesome. And when it came into, I guess, streaming,
Yep.
because I feel like there's a lot of people that play games, but there are few that actually decide to stream and make content for it. When did you make that transition, and what sort of pushed you to make the transition to shift from a gamer to now someone that was making content?
Okay. um I think the main difference between like a paid shiller, a content creator, and a streamer is that you said before. It's like try to be something more than that. Like for example, you can be paid for shill a game without play for maybe $100 and read only a brief from the team. You can choose to be a content creator and download the game, try for 1 hour, and then uh, create your own content. You can be a streamer, you can entertain, you can play, you can uh, be funny, be a clown of your own behavior, because at the end of the day you are like the other and the people likes what are you doing. And the main reason that pushed me to become a streamer, more as gamer who streams, it's to share uh, my own experience during the game, and to um, cooperate with the other people. Like for example, I after this interview I will play with Pachara. She is another content creator and streamer, more streamers than content creator, and we will play with co-op games. And a lot of times we stuck in certain mm, part of the game, like an enigma, and we ask to the community how to solve it. You know, you
Mm.
create like a family. That's why I I decided to turn into the streamer path, because I felt lost without a family, even if my family is one of the best family, one people you ever had, who's they always supported me even in my darkest time. But you know, when you feel alone, you feel alone even in the middle of a full house or during even a concert. Is your mind, it doesn't work because it's a mental illness. The depression is a mental illness. And I don't know if in the other country, the depression, even the suicidal thoughts are a taboo, but uh, they are. So I prefer to do a coming out about that because it was better. It was part of the recovery for me because uh, for my own experience, I did it even from myself because a lot the major part of the time you did not realize something after you, even after you say it, or even after uh, you leaving it. And I had like two kind tiny depression during my adolescence, but I had this tough one. And I thought, okay, maybe it's the last time I will live. I want to put down my life. Yeah, I Mira, thanks. Uh, yeah, and I want to be uh more clear as possible. I don't want to be like a chiller. I don't want to be a streamer. I don't want to be a gamer. I don't want to be a content creator. I want to be Jake. And I mean, I'm creating day by day, um, with struggles, with tears, with even with even with else. I'm I'm building myself because I realize that this is my path. This is my destiny, and I really want to continue to pursue my own path and build my career on this. And it was really really hard to say, okay, I want to quit the university. I don't want um to degree to have a degree, to work in an office from Monday to to Friday, even the evenings, and maybe have the like the certain income. I prefer to risk. I prefer to risk for myself, for my mental health, and I prefer to say, I, I'm alive. I did it. I make it. I made it. And what are you looking right now uh, is is the it's like it's not a robot, but it's a product of a lot of work behind it. I'm not a character, and a lot of people on Web3 is like fallen their own character during their path. But I want to be the same with even with 10 follower, and even with 1k, 12k, 1 billion. I i really don't care about the number of the people who follow me. I care more about the message I send to them, like, play to this game cause it's funny. No, play to this game cause I want to click click the link, and go my numbers will
Right.
goes up, you know. um that's type of approach working. So I'm really really happy about that. Maybe it will work, will not works in upcoming 3 months, but at least I tried. And that what that's this is what I want to spread. You can do whatever you want if you have enough uh, if you have enough if you are brave enough to try at least once. That's my take.
Man, that is a lot to unpack. You know what? And like, huge shout out to you because
Thanks.
like taking that first leap to becoming a content creator is already pretty hard. I remember, starting a YouTube
Yeah,
channel was something I was. What's up, Enisare? I even remember for me, like even starting a YouTube channel, it was something you want to do, and I feel like a lot of creators like they want to do it, but taking that first step is so scary because you're going into this world of not knowing what you're doing. And like you went into that world, that uncertainty, while also going through so much in your life at the same time. You had to leave school, you were going through a depression, and you said, screw it, let me try to do something cool, let me be my authentic self. And kind of tapping into what you had said a little bit later about the authenticity, I think that's so needed in crypto, especially because you're right. There's so many paid shills. Hey, here's $100 for this or do that. Like it sounds like you've come in and you're like, hey, I'm not about the short term numbers right now. What I'm about is being authentic and genuine and being able to share cool games and also be able to share your story and potentially be able to help other people along in that process.
absolutely.
So that's super dope, man. That's a really cool story.
Thanks. If you have any question, or feel free to shout. I'm really 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 happy to share even my other part of story if you have other questions. So feel free to do it.
Yeah, yeah. I guess my next question here is, when you first started streaming, what was the
Mhm.
experience like? Were you just streaming to one person for a long time? Like, what was kind of the your history with
Okay.
streaming, and was there any learning lessons that, if
Okay.
someone wants to stream, you've sort of picked up?
Okay. Um, my first stream was with uh, it's a case because right now I the ambassador of Hello Monster is a game studios, or a Spanish game studios, and my first stream was in July without a face cam and only with rare stream and with BlueStacks, and it was really 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 bad, but for me it was the best stream. Like even Ninja does worse. I mean, it was the very very the best stream I ever had, because um when I dropped it on to the button, I typed it to my best friend, is like even my editor right now, um and I said to him, okay, but how is looking, is looking good, is looking bad? Even it was like nothing, even my face, it was only the screen sharing of the application. But I was so scary. I was so scary to do, the first bad impression. But one of the most important thing I learned is just do your first impression. Does not even matter if it's good or if it's bad, because a lot of people, even as I told you late before, um, doesn't even wants to stream because they don't give a fuck about the game, you know. And when a team or a game, a CEO, we see there is someone who don't does not wants like 200 euros for make a stream, but he streamed really because he likes the game. He wants to try new field. And for me it was like uh, an experience. It's such a, a wonderful experience. And I can even remember the first time I put on my camera. It was like my camera of my notebook, we without any sound because I was scared of my English. It was like my first time someone the first time someone did a video clip of my voice, even during my session of streaming, was during November, and I was so shy to speak English. And even this is like it doesn't matter if you are bad at English, if you are bad at playing a game, because I grown up with PlayStation, so I grown up with no keyboard, no mouse, and I learned how to use the keyboard, how to use the mouse, how to talk with the people, how to talk with the people in English. I learned a lot in such a little time, amount of time. At It was an amazing experience, and every day, even if I'm not the top KOL, the top influencer or in the world, I really happy because that day I did that decision. I took that decision, and I'm really happy about that. Anyway, I started with my face cam, but without voice, with like I don't know if did you ever heard like about chill music, lo-fi music, hip hop
Yeah,
lo-fi,
lo-fi, yeah.
with the girls while stepping with the cat. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I used it like that kind of music in the background, and it was like me in that way for 2 hours with the music, and with like a low quality. But I mean, it doesn't matter if you have like, if you don't not have 3K of camera for your first stream. I mean, the people will follow you, the people will be there even in 1 second, even in, like, for example, the GMGM, the AA for me is already a victory, because you need to click, you need to type, and uh, right now the attention of the people are mm, maybe at max for 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds you will skip, you will scroll. So for me it's already a victory. And the first for the first streams I even had one viewer. I was like myself with my monitor, with my little PC, and nothing. I took it a lot time alone, but it was very important for my kind of free flow, because while you're playing you can talk about any kind of topics. You can talk about your life, you can talk about the game, you can talk with a friend in the chat, you can rage, You can do everything you want, and but you need to learn how to do it. And I mean, I think this is the key. uh, you need to accept the fact you need time to learn everything. There, it requires time. Even the first podcast you made it, for sure it was not like this. For sure it was, you were a little shy to do, maybe one kind of question, or to approach to the speaker. So every type of interaction, even with myself, it requires time. And I realized it after 25 years, but I realized it. So yeah, that's my
Yeah,
the key, the
I think
citation.
that yeah, that's really good advice too. I think that's with everything, right? And that's why it's important to take the first step and start. Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people are worried, especially with content creation. It's like, oh, I don't know what software to use, or I don't have a nice camera, or I don't have lights, or I don't have a microphone, or like the I think those things kind of come over time. And the most important thing is just starting and getting that practice and getting those reps in, because like you said, you learn, you get better, you figure out how to do certain things. And I think that's great advice. Now on to, because I am curious on the gaming side of things. You had mentioned earlier you don't want, just a Web3 audience of investors, but you also want to get Web2 people interested. What do you think is the problem with Web3 games in attracting, like,
uh,
Web2 users?
okay. uh the main problem, even the problem in Italy, is this: crypto equal scam. Web3
Mm.
is crypto. Web3 is a scam. That's the main problem. And I think it really requires a lot of time to um, um, change the type of approach the people has in the confront of the of the chain. You can see even with, like Donald Trump, Donald Dump, for example. uh, I don't like him, but he did the first step for a mass adoption. But the adoption of something, it will not happen tomorrow, or in 1 year, in 2 year. And that's why the people requires time to, um, it really requires time to learn about the blockchain, to learn how to, even how to acquire your NFT, your favorite NFT. Maybe Call of Duty will have, maybe you will be free to draw your favorite skin of your weapon on COD Mobile, on Call of Duty, and you'll be able to acquire it and make make it own, and it will be a jump in the future. But it will requires time. As I said earlier, it requires time, and the main problem, the people thinks Web3 is gain. Web3 is more pain than gain for me, you know. And I think the main problem the Web2 people has in confront of the Web3 is this: the style, the type of approach they have for Web3, even with the gaming. They think, why I need to play a Web3 game? Why I need to buy a token if I have Warzone, if I have title like Assassin's Creed? Why I need to play, I don't know, for example, Xe Infinity, for example, even if I love that game, why while I have God of War, you know? But it's not the type of difference of the games. It's like the concept behind. It's like the concept behind the PlayStation. Even when my parents was younger, were younger, like the gaming is is a waste of time. No, the gaming is not a waste of time, but the people learn after maybe decades, one decade, one decades, 2 decades, with the internet revolution. Then I can even remember when the first time I tried the multiplayer. It was with GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5, when I was 17 or 16 with my best friend, and I played a lot of GTA 5, and it required time because the multiplayer was not big at that time. Right now, a lot of publisher, a lot of game studios prefers multiplayer because multiplayers like Fortnite make you rich instead of do a game like Medieval or do a game like Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia,
Yeah.
it required like 20 years, but sorry. Um, yeah, you see, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and yeah, I think only the time will tell us why the real problem, because there are a lot of problems, and if we can talk about them, but I think it will requires a lot of time to speak about them, because during the bubble of the 2021, a lot of even fans, a lot of teams reached uh, an epic amount of money and rugged a lot of people, and the people left the Web3 for this reason. And it's like, I mean, you can do the same type of stuff with like your ex-girlfriend. If your ex cheated on you, why you need to turn with her?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Give me one not bad reason to return with your ex after she cheated on you. It's hard, but there's someone it did, and it really requires time to demonstrate that the girl or the boy, it's not like the same person, and the reason why she left, you left her after, it will not happens in the future. It really requires time, but the adoption, it the same thing, in my opinion. It's not the same thing 100%, but at the most, yes.
So your main so the main issue, to kind of summarize, is that a lot of people just think that crypto gaming is a scam.
Yeah,
They might have tried,
unfortunately.
got burned, and now it sort of just takes time for that to heal.
Yeah, absolutely. Because um, d- educate the people to think different from their habits is the most difficult part of an adoption. I mean, try to change
Changing
you
behavior is super tough,
yeah,
yeah.
change
I
behavior.
mean, to go on to that is like, so why should they get into Web3 games, right? So we were kind of like, why should they actually start playing Web3 games instead of just playing Web2 games? Is what in your opinion is kind of the argument for it?
Yeah. Okay. If like you are against Web3 gaming and you ask to me why I need to play off the grid instead of what
Yeah.
Warzone.
Like why play a Web3 game?
Okay, perfect. Like off the grid is built on AVAX. It's built on Ganzilla and which is built on AVAX. Anyway, um, you can talk. You can really share your bugs to the team. The team will really care about your concerns. I had a lot of problems with like Call of Duty mobile game, and the support was like inexistent. You can talk with the manager if one day you will become famous. The manager, maybe the major part of the manager, the major part of the person of success had the same tough times as you, because maybe he or she was an entrepreneur on Web 2 and he left and he did or she did all in as you did. You know, it's like
Mm,
a different type of approach. And even like for off the grid, um, you can, it's easier to try to find your field. Because on Twitch right now, if you will stream Fortnite, you will be at the bottom of the viewer with you will be a streamer with zero viewer or maybe one viewer with other 400 people, with other 200 people. That's the main problem. It's saturated. The Web 2 is saturated as fuck, bro. As fuck. And you have not enough space to shine. I, I,
mm,
I, I, I'm bringing this type of approach to start my Web 2 path. Like I started with TikTok, but TikTok is a way different type of word with different rules, with different style of video. But I will try to make the same difference I made for someone on Web3 and continue to pursue my success or whatever it will be on Web3. And at the same time, I will continue to create something on Web2 because Web2 is where are uh, the 99% of the gamers. And if step by step the Web2 gamers will bring to the audience, will put the audience from Web2 to Web3 games like Unforgotten Playland is the game of on Avax. They did an amazing job, and it's like a Web2 game, but there will be like NFT, there will be accessories, you will feed like your mascot, your companion, your skin, because in a society where you are no one or none, if you are in a I felt the same, when I left like the Sicily and I moved to Rome. It was like from one little city to boom,
Huge, yeah.
a huge
I've been to
concert.
Rome before.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I
Yeah.
was like, I was like, even Jacopo, is my real name, and I was no one, I was nobody, and I said, okay, maybe I can find my own dimension on Web3. Is more easier on Web3 than Web2, and even with the new generations, if when I was younger, a lot of my school boys, school girls, they want to be actors, and schoolboy was like, I want to be a football player. Right now, if you ask to your nephew or every kind of uh, child, the new meta is the streamer. If you see Kesenat, if you see I show speed, they they have enormous number of viewers, and the major part of them are young people who wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be famous. No one wants to be like Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, maybe the 10%, but the rest wants to be famous with TikTok, with Instagram, with the streaming. The meta, the meta is changing, even in the society, the real society, and that's what a lot of people don't accepting to themselves. It's not accepting like, um, a lot of people prefer to move to country from country to country every 6 months or every year and work with a computer. And the dream of my parents was like, be an employee with your own salary every month, with your insurance, with your guarantees, and after, with your retire, with your family, with your sons, the old conception of life. And right now we have a different conception of life. Maybe a lot of them, as in my opinion, uh, a wrong conception of life. Like life fast, die young. But it's not my type of life or lifestyle. I prefer, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I, it's like right now is my own. I'm like kind of maybe nerd, if I can say it. But I'm really focused on create my own brand awareness and identity on, as I said earlier, the honesty, the sincerity, and Web3 needs it, and I know it, and I will work with in that direction. Let's see.
Wow, you have me going down a rabbit hole right now because exactly what you said. the meta of what people want in life has been changing so much. I mean,
Yeah.
it used to be, hey, 9 to 5, secure job, save for retirement, maybe you travel a little bit. And now it's become, like you said, people wanting to be more global and more free and being able to do their own thing
Yeah.
and be famous, whatever the case is. It's a huge shift. I think that's why there's a lot of people potentially unhappy in the world right now, is because there's like this shift of what younger people want, and like reality is like slowly catching up to some of that. And I think content creation is one of the best, I guess, like, best ways of being able to, I guess, chase that sort of reality. Um, and I agree with your point too. I think right now in Web3, there's a huge lack of content creation, and I feel like, especially for people that put their face on their content, like yourself, and stream stuff, there aren't that many people doing it yet. And I think you're, in a sense, super early into something that could be very big in the future. And there aren't a ton of people seriously doing it yet. I am curious because it's almost been an hour, which is insane. I can't believe we're almost at the hour.
Yeah.
Has there been a game that has like gotten it right to you? Like, if you were to pick a game, someone from Web 2 who's a gamer wants to get into Web 3 gaming, is there a game you would recommend them that you're like, okay, like this game really did a great job?
To present them like you can leave Web 2 for Web 3 right now, no. Let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
you cannot leave Cyberpunk, you cannot leave Assassin's Creed for another game on Web 3, but you can try Off the Grid instead of Warzone. You can try Forgotten Playland instead of um, my little my little planet, kind of like that. You can, or Fall Guys, sorry, my little planet is like kind of old. You can try what else? Uh, uh, Nothing is like sounding any kind of best right now. But I think I, if I should try a game with a little audience, the user will runs away, because right now the main user acquisition on Web3 gaming is with X. Is starting with glory to the god with Spike and Wayfinders, with Twitch. They're doing an amazing job, but the mainly focus of the web gaming is on X right now, and uh, X, in my opinion, is not the best platform to showcase a game. The gamers wants to see the game. A lot of times is like the things are more simpler than they appears into the main problem, the main focus. Like they shift the main focus to the to the sheets, like to the bus sheets. Like, okay, maybe the shadows of the maybe the blockchain. No, you need first to do a funny game. You need to put as your user of your own product. Like, okay, as you said earlier, why I need to try the game instead of play Warzone today? If there will be only one reason, Web3 gaming will win. If there will be not a reason, I don't think so. But right now, a lot of games which build and who's built every day since 2021 during the bull run, uh, they built really really nice games. A part of the tokenomics, a part of maybe the inside like trading, the type of the quality of the content creators. They want more. They the return of the investment of the gaming project is like zero, because people hired or people hiring KOL managers without being before content creators and without a knowledge of what the gamers wants. This is the key. I mean, as I said, why you need to leave your house and move to another one if you have your own habits, your own your own habits, your own type of life for a new one. But the new one is uh, is in beta right now. There is not like a game who had a lot of success. And what I'm really really trying to avoid is like battle against the gaming chains. I mean, there will be a gaming chain, a, an insane gaming chain wars when one product on Web3 will not consider it as Web3 product and will be tried at least once by every kind of people on Web3. It's like the GTA San Andreas of Web3. Like every single person in the world tried at once Grand Theft Auto title. Tried at least once time. Web3 needs a Grand Theft Auto title.
Mm, yeah, makes sense. Wow, man. Well, dude, Jake, it's been about an hour. I
Yeah,
really
seen
appreciate
it.
you coming on and dropping your knowledge on,
Thank you.
the games and streaming, and your story was pretty motivating to hear as well. Um, Man, I mean, is there any like one final piece of information you want to leave, everyone that listened in today? And shout out to everyone that listened in throughout all the channels. Hope you guys
Nothing. I
enjoyed
won't.
today. But yeah, is there one
I,
thing you
I,
want to
I
leave
think
us?
I said all I want to say, maybe too much, so nothing. I really thanks for the invite, and it's been a pleasure. Really,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much once again. Good luck on everything as well. Keep
thank you,
killing the streams, man. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in too. We'll
bye guys,
catch you
thank
later.
you, bye.